everyone. You're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. It was deja vu of sorts for the Trinamool Congress today as an 8-member CBI team turned up at the house of party strongman Anubrata Mondal to arrest him, saying he had been evading summons for weeks. What rings out is a very similar crackdown by the Enforcement Directorate, another central agency, on Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee just 2 weeks back. The sheer repetitiveness of crackdown by central agencies against Team Mamata rings out. Anubrata Mondal arrested today by the CBI for the cattle smuggling scam. Last month, ED cracked down on Minister Partha Chatterjee, MLA Manik Bhattacharya, and earlier Minister of State for Education Paresh Adhikari in its probe into the SSC scam. Looking back further to 2020, the Enforcement Directorate stepped up investigations into the coal smuggling scam and the roles of Abhishek Banerjee, Maloy Ghatak and Sushanto Mehato. Anubrata Mondal has been sent to CBI custody till the 20th of this month. Amidst the expected opposition offensive, the TMC has stressed again that it has zero tolerance for corruption and demanded a full and unbiased probe. The party also points at double standards and investigations against past TMC turncoats. And once again, the question that takes center stage is this law finally catching up, or is it all about political vendetta? First up, a report on the developments of today.
2 weeks, 2 aides of the Bengal Chief Minister, 2 big setbacks for the Trinamool Congress. After the Enforcement Directorate arrested former State Minister Partha Chatterjee in the SSC scam, today the CBI arrested TMC leader Anubrata Mondal in a cattle smuggling case. He was arrested for not cooperating in the probe after twice failing to turn up for questioning. This morning, a CBI team of 8 officers turned up at Mondal's house, but he locked himself in a room on the 2nd floor. He allegedly refused to sign the arrest warrant brought by the CBI team. Only after the CBI threatened to bring in paramilitary forces to break open the door did he reluctantly step out. Mondal is known as the Bahubali leader of the TMC in Bolpur. He is the founding member of the party in the district and is a close aide of Mamata Banerjee. He popularized the political slogan Khela Hobe, which dominated the 2021 West Bengal Assembly elections.
Khela Hobe! Anubrata Mondal ji ekjon মাফিয়া এবং মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের প্রশ্রয়ে আশ্রয়ে একটা মুদির দোকান থেকে যে ভাটে মাগুর মাছ বিক্রি করত সে আজকে 1000 কোটি টাকার মালিক তো মমতা ব্যানার্জির সৃষ্টি
এটা একটা ওয়েল অর্গানাইজড ক্রাইম হয়েছে ওয়েল অর্গানাইজড সিন্ডিকেটের মাধ্যমে হয়েছে যেখানে পুলিশ জড়িত তৃণমূল জড়িত নেতা জড়িত বিএসএফ জড়িত
Days after Partha Chatterjee was arrested, the TMC removed him from all posts, claiming it has a policy of zero tolerance towards corruption.
Trinamool will be the last one to tolerate any kind of irregularity or corruption when it comes to such kind of incident which is cropped up in the public domain. And there will be zero tolerance approach towards corruption.
The party is set to stage massive street protests tomorrow, terming the crackdown by central agencies as biased and motivated by political vendetta, with no signs of flashpoints easing anytime soon.
Let me bring in my guests at this hour. Priyanka Tibrewal, spokesperson of the West Bengal BJP. Babul Supriyo, Bengal Minister, will be joining me shortly. Loknath Chatterjee is a lawyer. Shantanu Sen, former Joint Director of CBI. I'm going to begin with you, Loknath Chatterjee. When you look at the investigation, of course, it cannot be just a coincidence that multiple agencies are tracking various developments in multiple cases, because there is coal smuggling case, Rose Valley case, SSC case, and all of that happening in a matter of few weeks.
Yeah, if you look at it, the recent arrest which has happened is basically the CBI had registered a regular case way back in 2020, September 21st, 2020. This was under the Indian Penal Code. It was under the provisions of the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. So it was a lot of provisions involved. And in fact, if you look at overall the situation in Bengal, in fact, he was also called regarding the post-poll violence matters, his involvement. So here the matter in which he was arrested, this related to definitely that smuggling matter. But if you look at him and the way he's been going about it, and if you look at the overall situation in Bengal today, so it is the involvement of a lot of money, with a lot of corruption, with a lot of people, with central agencies, including the Central Bureau of Investigation, the Enforcement Directorate, and multiple agencies probing and looking into various kinds of corruption.
Yes, that is exactly my question, and I've not got that answer, because Shantanu Sen, help us understand. Enforcement Directorate, Central Bureau of Investigation, multiple cases, multiple leaders of the TMC, all heading to that state almost at the same time.
What is there to explain? Corruption has been exposed. Corruption is being investigated.
Okay.
And the very act of Anubrata Mondal in hiding, staying away from summons, shows that he has something to hide. CBI is under the orders of the High Court and with the consent of the state, enforced by the High Court, is investigating these cases. And I really am amazed at the remarkable patience shown by the CBI.
Okay.
10 summons and he does not appear, and then it goes to arrest him. It should have arrested him long ago. Corruption, there should be no, the TMC chief also says there is no quarter given to corruption. They have no quarter at all for corruption, yet they do not see that here is their man summoned by the CBI. He does not appear before the CBI 10 times. It's good that he has been arrested and he has been given police remand, and he will be investigated.
Okay.
Corruption now is open and is before everybody's eyes in the TMC.
Okay. In February 2022, the Enforcement Directorate had arrested smuggler Inamul Haq in connection with this case, and Inamul Haq was earlier arrested by the CBI in November 2020 and January 2022. He was granted bail by the Supreme Court. So their investigations are going back several years. So in that case, Priyanka Tibrewal, the charge that is coming from the TMC, of course, is that there is zero tolerance. But when we look at two events, one being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate, another leader arrested this time by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Of course, there are two different cases, but what does it speak politically about your political opponents?
See, politically, everyone is seeing this, and this is quite visible that corruption and TMC go hand in hand. So anybody denying the fact that they didn't have any kind of knowledge regarding the same is not true, because these cases, even the education scam in which Mr. Partho Chatterjee has been arrested, that started way back in 2017. So the investigation was going on, but there wasn't any kind of stand taken by the government. These students who were sitting on the streets and they were asking for their rights, the government didn't speak a word then. So it is not that the government didn't have any idea or knowledge about it. They absolutely had. See, we have seen their party spokesperson saying that keep 25% of the cut money with you and give the 75 to the party. It clearly speaks about the character of TMC and the way they are proceeding. Now they are crying foul. They may be abusing the agencies. They may be calling it names. They are saying it is political vendetta. But I will say that these investigations are not happening in a day or two. These have been carrying on from last so many years. And that's the reason that the ED and the CBI are now involved in this by the Honorable Court's order. So BJP has no business to play in this.
Yes.
Whatever is happening is on the court's order.
Yes. So, Loknath Chatterjee, I just want you to recall for our viewers what exactly has the court said in multiple cases, be it the SSC scam or in this smuggling scam, where the larger sense is that this investigation only has begun after the Calcutta High Court intervened and said that there is prima facie enough evidence to say that there is need for further investigation.
No, see, I'll tell you, I'll quickly take, to the this cattle smuggling one. There in the charge sheet, you find mention of Vikas Mishra, brother of Vinay Mishra, Saigal Hussain, who was the bodyguard of Anubrata Mondal, and Abdul Latif. So of them, Saigal and Vikas are in judicial custody. So this has been going on for quite a while. And in fact, this has seen involvement of several people, including, CBI has been issuing summons to police officials, administrative officials. So therefore, this has taken on a very, as you were mentioning, this has taken on a very, very wide shape as of now, the cattle smuggling one. And, in also in regard to coal pilferage, you will find mention of Vikas Mishra. So this was also seen involvement of, others who were there. So several thousand cows were seized by BSF. So this is an old story, people are aware of it. And if you look at the court's observations in the SSC scam, if you look at the courts, so, you will have to keep in mind that till some point of time, under the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, there is a section, sanctions granted. So there was a standing consent by the government. That standing consent was withdrawn. So therefore, cases could be referred to the Central CBI for investigation only by the court. And several other investigations have been awarded to the CBI by the High Court at Calcutta. If you look at right from these illegal appointment matters to the Rampurhat Bolpur, which is in one needs to remember that.
Why is it that all the actions are happening in the last 1.5 months or 2 months? If these are cases that have been ongoing for years, then what has led to all these cases being expedited now?
No, I think you're trying to hint at something, but I'll quickly, there are no elections around the corner, so therefore nothing to be hinted there. But if you look at it, he's been evading summons for 9 times. So he was issued for the 10th time as a notice under Section 41A, if you look at Anubrata Mondal's case. And despite having received the notice, he was feigning illness. And if you look at it, the reason a doctor had to write on a white paper saying that he requires bed rest. And in fact, even prior to this, if you look at, Calcutta High Court made drastic observations about one of the most premier hospitals in Calcutta. In fact, your viewers would be aware, you would be aware that whenever notices would be issued to these guys, they would suddenly land up in the hospital.
Yes.
So
I'm hoping Babul Supriyo will join me any moment to answer all these questions.
So if you look at, he can answer those. So if you look at the SSC scam also, the court said that in case, Partho Chatterjee, in fact, if he does not cooperate, CBI is free to take any action. Then you had the ED coming in. So therefore, and if you look at the Rampurhat Bolpur where the carnage happened, it was in Anubrata Mondal's district. He was the district president of the Trinamool Congress. In 2013, this guy went around and said that you can burn homes of your political opponents. This was the guy who said that, who was called regarding post-poll violence matters. There were at least 3 murders in his district in post-poll violence, which is being investigated by the CBI. There are several rapes which have happened in his district. So therefore, this is just the tip of the iceberg if you look at it. And therefore, there are other agencies also who are looking for him. And the way he was going about.
That's what you're saying. Priyanka Tibrewal, of course, your political opponents will see this as some kind of witch hunt and that BJP feeling the heat perhaps and not reconciling with the fact that you lost the elections.
See, there is no point on talking about the mandate which was given to them by the people. We have accepted that very gracefully. But you tell me something, just because someone has won elections, do they have the right to do any sort of corruptions? Do they have the right to do any kind of illegality in the state? No, not at all. So whatever is happening now is all within the limits of the law. And whatever action is being taken is by the agencies. I will repeat once again, by the independent agencies which are not run by the BJP and on the orders of the Honorable Court. You see, what were the observations of this Honorable Court when Partho Chatterjee was arrested? That the Lady Justice will be cursed by tears if hundreds and thousands of deserving candidates are not answered. So this was the observations. They also shamed the hospital, SSKM, where Mr. Anubrata Mondal came running day for yesterday and asked him to admit him. He also went to the extent of telling the doctors to operate him.
Okay. I can see Babul Supriyo now. Babul Supriyo, a lot of questions being raised, but the fact is that it's almost like a scam a day that is happening in Bengal. SSC scam, your minister arrested. Coal smuggling scam, another senior leader of the party arrested. What exactly is happening? Why was Anubrata Mondal running away and evading all the questions and all the summons?
Well, you see, the stand is very clear. The spokesperson of BJP who's sitting here is someone that I've introduced to politics. I heard what she said while you tried to connect me to the video. they have a very good reason to bring up political points, but I have a logical question. Anyone, firstly, the party has made it very clear that anyone who resorts to, blatant stealing of public money, that's the word that Chandrima Bhattacharya, one of our ministers, has used, that cheating people or getting into this kind of activities, or where we have already been embarrassed with what Partho Chatterjee, what we have seen with that, and will be dealt with very, very strongly. Now, I have one question, that for everyone, law is the same, and anyone who's resorting to this kind of illegal activity must be punished, but not only by the legal system first, the judiciary first, and by a constitutional law, and also by the party. But I have one simple question, which is a logical one. Yes, we are going to have political debates in this situation, but why is it so that the world's biggest political party, BJP, everyone who's a criminal or anyone who has jo dagi neta ke jisko kehte hain, everyone goes to BJP and they're exonerated. I heard Priyanka Timbrewal say she's a sister to me, but I must say that Shubhendu Adhikari has no right. Ask him to surrender to the CBI or to the ED, because he's charge sheeted. So the question is, yes, the ED, the CBI, the NIA, all the central agencies, they definitely need to do their jobs, and everyone who's resorting to this kind of practices should be condemned and should be dealt with the law in the stringent possible manner. But why is it that in all the states, all the political parties except BJP are facing the wrath of stealing public money, and it's only
Priyanka Timbrewal, why this selective action by the agencies is what being said?
Yes, every party in every state
I have been answering this since evening, and I will repeat myself that if they have
Okay, Babul, finish your point. Please go ahead.
Let me finish my point. See, what we are seeing on television, what you see is what you're seeing. What is going to happen beyond this is something which is absolutely in the hands of the judiciary. The state not only did not interfere in that. Yes, when you are a party, I think when BJP, the minister's son ran over agitating farmer, the father is not expelled from the party. He's not expelled from the party. He's given the benefit of the doubt till the investigation reports come out. If that is the standard, then let's not have a trial by the media. But in this case, yes, you are saying that, like we heard Saugata Roy say, that we are ashamed by what Partho Chatterjee was caught with and whatever we have seen with him. But with Anubrata Mondal, all the allegations are yet to be proved. Let the law take its own course, let the judiciary do its job.
Okay.
But my question is, why is CBI and all the central agencies, they are not only losing their credibility, Maria. Let's understand this is a dangerous thing that is going out in the society, that if you are a dagi neta, if you are someone who has stolen public money, if you have resorted to any kind of mischief, join the BJP. And
Priyanka Timbrewal, this charge of BJP becoming washing machine is not coming for the first time, won't be the last perhaps, but all your political opponents say the same.
See, I'll once again say that I have seen Babulda. He has immense faith in the judiciary, and I have seen him a number of times, going to the courts and fighting for the rights. So once again, my suggestion would be that if you have any kind of proofs or anything to say with that the ED is not doing its work, or when you are questioning the credibility of the ED, please go before the court of law, go to the Supreme Court, go to the High Court and express your views on the same.
One second. Priyanka, you are a lawyer by profession. Do you know the meaning of a charge sheet? What is Shubhendu Adhikari accused of?
Yes, of course, I understand the meaning of the charge sheet, but here again, I will repeat myself.
Wait, one second. Let me give me 30 seconds only for the sake of seniority. 1 second. I ask you one thing. I will name a few, the constituencies know the people on whom the same question mark lands. The same question mark is hanging in terms of all this kind of illegal activities. Aren't you not aware of any such BJP netas? You're saying the biggest party in the world is full of only noitic people, only people who are doing the right, and every other political party in the country is all chores. You please arrest everyone who's connected with any kind of
no, but how can I arrest? Now that is what I am trying to defend. I am from BJP. I am not the official of ED or CBI.
Why are you saying go to the... No. Why are you saying that go
we went to the court of law.
One second. Why are you saying that go to the Supreme Court? Why isn't Shubhendu Adhikari made the LOP when he has a charge sheet in the Sharda case? When Sudipto Sen has 100 times said that he is the man who took money from him and blackmailed him for that. Aren't you aware of that? Why did you
How about
select
Kunal Ghosh?
Send.
How
Yes,
about
that's
Kunal
what I'm
Ghosh,
saying.
who accused Mamata
That's
Banerjee
exactly.
of the same, is now a spokesperson of your party?
That is
How about
exactly
Madan
what
Mitra?
I'm saying.
How about
That
Madan
is-
Mitra? He's the MLA of your
Madan
party.
Mitra went to
The
jail.
case is not
Madan
yet
Mitra-
over.
Once
The
again,
case is
Madan
not yet
Mitra,
over.
you
The investigation
correct
is going
Priyanka,
on.
Priyanka, correct yourself. Madan Mitra and Kunal Ghosh has both spent a long time in the jail. What is happening with Sudhendra Adhikari? Why is he out? Why is he out? Answer me the question.
Now
Why is
again,
everyone in the
my
country
answer
using
to you
the
is
BJP?
that this question,
there is
you
no
need to
answer.
ask this question to the
You
ED
know-
and the CBI.
No, you
And
need
if you
to.
don't
No,
get
why?
an answer, go to the
Oh,
court of law.
wow,
Go before the
wow,
judiciary.
wow.
BJP is not supposed to answer your
if you are-
questions. Because
if
BJP
you are-
is not running
why-
the ED or the
why-
CBI.
And why is BJP talking so much? First, preach at home. Charity should begin at home. Ask Shuvendu Adhikari, who's the leader of opposition, tell him to exonerate him from the
Mountains
sports
and
first,
loads
and
of
then
money
give up
was
his-
not
Wait,
found
let
in
him-
any of the
let
BJP
him-
Neta's house here
let
in
him-
Bengal.
because-
It was
because
found
they
in
have not-
it was
because
found in
they are
Partho
not raided.
Chatterjee's close aide's house.
No, because
That is the
because
reason
they
he's
were not
behind the
raided.
jail.
Because they were not raided. You have netas in your party
Number
who
of
do
raids.
not
Now
have the
I
capability to earn
can
100
make
rupees
you.
for themselves.
Now, sir,
No,
I
they
will
cannot-
say that
they
from
cannot-
2016 till 21, see Uttar Pradesh, see Madhya Pradesh, see Jharkhand. I will name the netas of BJP MLAs whose houses have been raided, and there are cases
Wait,
against them.
Who? Please name two netas.
Uttar
Big
Pradesh,
netas.
yes,
You think that
Uttar Pradesh,
you think
it
that
was
anyone?
Ajay Singh.
Oh,
Uttar Pradesh, it was Ajay Singh. Madhya Pradesh, it was Om Prakash
those
Dhruv.
were
Their
those are all
relatives, their
political.
houses were raided.
Those are all.
Not
those are all
political. It
political.
was raided by
Those
the
are
CBI.
all
when
vendetta.
they were
All
in,
vendetta
when
politics. You are scaring.
they
you are
were
scaring the
BJP
opposition.
leaders. They are BJP leaders.
Priyanka,
Okay,
you
let
are
me give the
scaring
final
the-
words to
you are
Babul since he
scaring the-
joined us late.
you-
Babul, go ahead.
You are scaring the opposition, and you are making a bad name for the central agencies because they are not doing the same thing which should be done for everyone. You spoke about Kunal Ghosh, you spoke about Madan Mitra, you
All
spoke
right.
about Partho Chatterjee. They have languished behind
I'll
the jail.
quickly join issue here.
Partho Chatterjee is in jail.
There is
Anubrata Mondal
nothing to feel
has been
scared
given.
by
Wait, one
the
second.
opposition getting scared.
No, why? No, what is the question of scale? Why? You are saying that no money has been caught in the BJP netas' houses because they have not been raided.
All
Please
right,
go and
Babul
raid a couple
Supriyo,
of-
Priyanka Tibrewal,
Please
Loknath
go and raid them.
Chatterjee and
There
Shantanu
is
Sen.
no
Thank you so
point
much for
trying
joining
to
us.
know.
Shifting focus to another story now. Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Divya Kakran today lashed out at the Aam Aadmi Party, claiming she did not get any support from the Delhi government despite tall promises made. Kakran, in fact, said she has been in Delhi for 22 years and has brought Delhi 58 medals, but had to go to Uttar Pradesh after the Delhi government did not help her. Divya lashed out at Aam Aadmi Party's Saurav Bhardwaj for saying she had not played for the national capital. Replying to a Twitter post, Divya shared a picture of certificate from the Wrestling Federation of India stating that she represented Delhi in freestyle and Greco-Roman style at the 19th Female Senior National Wrestling Championship. The BJP has termed a sporting icon having to produce certificates an insult to India's sportspersons. Joining me is now Divya herself. Divya, thank you so much. आपने अभी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस किया और उसके बारे में अपनी पूरी घटना के बारे में बताया है. काफ़ी मुश्किल रहा होगा, पर्टिकुलरली इसलिए क्योंकि आपने देश के लिए मेडल्स जीते हैं. क्या बोलना चाहेंगी? किस सरकार ने आपके साथ सही नहीं किया?
हाँ जी, क्योंकि ट्विटर पे कोई लोग गलत बोल रहे हैं, कोई सही बोल रहे हैं, कोई कुछ बोल रहे हैं, कोई बोल रहे हैं कि मैं दिल्ली से की नहीं हूँ, यूपी की हूँ. तो उन सबको जवाब देने के लिए आज मैंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रखी और अपनी बात रखी कि मैं कोई झूठ नहीं बोल रही हूँ. मैं 2011 से 2017 तक मैं दिल्ली से ही लड़ी हूँ और 2017 के लास्ट में मैं यूपी से लड़ना स्टार्ट किया है मैंने.
और आपने ये भी कहा कि आप अरविंद केजरीवाल जो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री, आपने उनसे भी मुलाकात की, उन्होंने एश्योरेंस दिया था कि वो मदद करेंगे. तो फिर क्या हुआ?
हाँ जी, मैंने किसी से कह के उनसे अपॉइंटमेंट फिक्स करी थी जिससे कि मैं उनसे मिलूं, क्योंकि इतने साल हो चुके हैं, मुझे अब तक कोई प्रोत्साहन राशि नहीं है, कोई मुझे सम्मान नहीं मिला है दिल्ली से. तो उसके बाद मैं उनसे मिली, मैंने उनको बताया कि ऐसे दिक्कतें हैं, मैं बहुत ही गरीब परिवार से बिलोंग करती हूँ, बहुत ही निचले इस स्तर से हम उठ कर आए हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा ठीक है आपकी मदद होगी. उसके बाद भी कोई मदद नहीं थी और 2018 में उन्होंने हम सबको मिलने के लिए बुलाया था कि सभी बच्चे से मिलेंगे, उनकी बातें सुनेंगे। तब मैंने उनको बताया कि जब मैं आपसे मिलने आई थी तब जब मुझे हेल्प की जरूरत थी आपने मेरी हेल्प नहीं करी है, और आज आपने बुलाया तो उसके बाद जो कि उन्होंने शायद प्रोत्साहन राशि देने के लिए बुलाया था या फिर मुझसे मिलने के लिए बुलाया था, उसके बाद वो उस चीज़ से नाराज हुए, क्या वो उन्होंने मेरी कोई मदद नहीं करी। उसके बाद से बिल्कुल बायकट हो चुका था वहीं से ही।
दिव्या, और आपने कहा कि 2018 में आपने दिल्ली को छोड़ दिया और आप उत्तर प्रदेश चली गई, तो क्या मदद किया उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार ने?
हाँ जी, यूपी सरकार ने 2019 में मुझे रॉयल इलेक्शन बाई और जो उसमें 2.5 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं वो दिए, और 2020 में मेरे उन्होंने आजीवन 20,000 रुपये बांध रखे हर महीने जो मुझे मिलते हैं, और जब तक मैं जिंदा हूँ तब तक मुझे मिलेंगे वो पैसे। और दूसरा, उन्होंने अब मुझे 50 लाख की इनाम राशि और उन्होंने मुझे रजिस्टर ऑफिसर की नौकरी की घोषणा करी है कल ही।
आप दिल्ली सरकार से क्या उम्मीद रखती हैं कि वो माफी मांगे या कुछ और आपको लगता है कि कुछ मिलना चाहिए? What do you want?
मैं ये चाहती हूँ दीपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा जी ने ये डाला है कि जो बच्चे हरियाणा के हैं पर लेकिन वो लड़ते दिल्ली से हैं, उसके बाद भी वो दिल्ली से ही पैसे लेते हैं और हरियाणा से ही पैसे लेते हैं। सुशील पहलवान जी रहे, साइना नेहवाल रही, उन्होंने खुद बोला है कि मैंने खुद उनको राशि, हमारे हरियाणा ने खुद उनको राशि दी है, तो इस बच्ची को क्यों नहीं मिल रही है? इसको अपने हक के लिए क्यों इतना लड़ना पड़ रहा है? क्यों इसको सबको सबूत देने पड़ रहे हैं, बयान देने पड़ रहे हैं? क्यों उसको मीडिया के सामने ऐसे कितने ही लोग जलील किया जा रहा है, या क्यों इस चीज को राजनीतिक मुद्दा बनाया जा रहा है?
और जो आप राजनीतिक मुद्दों की बात कर रही हैं, ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि आपने ये पूरा इशू इसलिए उठाया है क्योंकि आप यू वांटेड टू मेक दिस पॉलिटिकल। आप इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगी?
नहीं, मैं तो राजनीति में घुसती नहीं हूँ, ना मुझे राजनीति के बारे में इतना ज्ञान है। अगर होता तो मुझे नहीं पता कि मैं इतनी बड़ी खिलाड़ी बन पाती कि नहीं बन पाती। ना मैं राजनीति में कभी घुसी और ना ही अभी मैं घुसना चाहती हूँ। मैं सिर्फ अपने इसमें घुसाया जा रहा है मुझे, वो अखाड़े में उतार रहे हैं मुझे, पर लेकिन मैं उतरने वाली नहीं हूँ। मैंने सिर्फ अपने हक की बात बोली है, अगर वो देना चाहेंगे मुझे ठीक है, और नहीं तो फिर अब मैं इससे बात कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहती, क्योंकि अब मुझे कल से परसों से अपनी प्रैक्टिस दोबारा शुरू करनी है। आगे वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप है, वर्ल्ड कप है, एशियन गेम्स है, मैं उनकी तैयारी करूंगी।
बिल्कुल, बहुत अफसोस की बात है कि एथलीट्स को एक पूरे पॉलिटिकल मामले में ड्रैग कर लिया जाता है। दिव्या, अगर दिल्ली सरकार माफी मांगती है तो क्या आप रीथिंक करेंगी दिल्ली को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए?
नहीं, मैं खेलूंगी अब यूपी से ही खेलूंगी। मैं रहती दिल्ली में हूँ, रहूंगी दिल्ली में, 20-22 साल से मैं दिल्ली में ही रह रही हूँ, और मैं कोई उनसे माफी मांगने के लिए नहीं कह रही हूँ। उनसे ठीक है, भूल चूक हो चुकी है। अगर वो मुझे सम्मान देना चाहते हैं तो मैं उस चीज़ के लिए बहुत खुश हूँ कि मैं अपने हक के लड़ी और वो सम्मान मुझे मिला। तो मैं बस ये चाहती हूँ, पर लेकिन अब मैं यूपी से ही लड़ूंगी और मैं यूपी से ही रिप्रेजेंट करूंगी।
आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट दिव्या, मोर medals and more success for you. Thank you so much. We are slipping into a short break. Coming up would be a special show with women DCPs of Delhi. Did you know that out of 15 districts of the national capital, 6 are policed by women? What do these cops think about breaking gender barriers as India celebrates 75th Independence Day? That conversation coming up after a very short break. Stay with us.